Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever you come across this video, thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. I'm so grateful for you, for every single one of you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Everyone who is booking readings, purchases off of the website, tipping the Clarista, pledges to the Patreon, purchases off the wish list, and sending things to the P.O. box. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. I do. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope everyone in Florida is okay and safe and doing well. I know, I would assume that we're already kind of getting a little bit of the weather up here because it has been a yucky day up here. So anyways, I just hope that everyone is safe and doing okay. Let's dive in. You love the bracelets? Zyla made them for me. Thank you. I love them too. She's been getting into, well, she's been into these like little rubber band boys for a while, but she's trying new designs. But anywho, so, yeah, sorry guys, I feel like I've been a little bit, like, I pulled back a little bit, but yesterday she had a doctor's appointment. It was right in the middle of the day, and then this morning, Michael woke up with a headache, and so we spent most of the morning snuggling, and now he's with his dad, so, but anyways, let's dive in, let's get some messages. I couldn't miss up an opportunity to have a chance to just snuggle with him for a little bit, so I took it. But anyways, all right, let's dive in. Let's see what you need to know. The energy feels okay. You know, there is kind of this, yeah, it is a little bit chilly. A little bit chilly. You know, we kind of picked up on that surrender energy the other day, which, you know, with the ascension, it's like a constant surrender, basically, is what it feels like. But yeah, we have this Ace of Swords and we have the present moment here, okay? There's this energy of being worrying, or like releasing some type of worry, right? Worry could have been part of, yeah, okay. So there's this energy of possibly releasing some type of worry, like, you know, it feels like there is a lot that you take care of, okay? And so there's a lot it's like, seems like it might be on your plate. There's just like this energy of finally like giving something back to the divine, like a burden that really isn't something that you should be carrying. It feels like it's something that you co-create with the divine, but it's almost like with this co-creation, you've almost kind of turned this into something that, I don't want to say you've turned it into a burden, but maybe you're you know, there was like some type of programming, right, that could have like shifted that into, I don't want to call it a burden because it doesn't feel like a burden, but it may have just kind of shifted into something that feels like a task. Or what it really feels like is, it feels like it's like, because it seems like it's something that could kind of like come in and then, you know, it flows, right? It's something that may be like part of a flow here, okay? And so it really feels like there is this energy of like not wanting to forget about it, or not wanting, if like you don't, you know, put energy towards it, like it not growing, or like, you know, but there is this energy about you kind of releasing it and allowing it to like ebb and flow. I feel like this is something that has been integrated here into this like into your existence, into your reality. But it almost feels like there was like this forcing energy or this like striving energy, because that's what it felt like, you know, society says, right? Or like that's something that you had learned, right? Like a learned trait or something like that, or like this fear of losing it, right? Like grasping something, having something, and then being afraid of losing it. And so there is this energy of, and I think that we've really kind of picked up on this energy. It feels very familiar as far as like picking up on this energy multiple times recently. But it does feel like, you know, there is this like, yeah, we have the present again with the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles does talk about co-creating with the divine, collaboration with others. It also can talk about like a channel, right? Or some sort of social media here. And then we have the Sun with the Ten of Pentacles. You know, there is this energy of, like I said, it's like, and a lot of creatives will understand this, okay? When you're creating something, you can't force it. There's no forcing it. And that's what this feels like. This feels like it was like forced action or forced something. And there is this energy of you releasing the force, right? And then just kind of allowing that inspiration or whatever it is to just flow through you as it will, right? And I'm really picking up on an energy now of somebody who maybe feels really excited because there's like this new idea or this creative inspiration or something that comes through, or like you know, it's almost like, and it doesn't have to be creative, right? But for some of you, there is this energy of like patiently waiting on something to kind of like manifest or to come through or to flow through, right? And there's like this excitement, right? Like I feel this energy of like, you know, again, there was like that forcing, that striving energy, okay? But there has been a release of that. And I just feel like, you know, there is this like sudden excitement that's coming. Okay. And it feels like you're doing something completely different, right? Like you have like your mind may be occupied with something else, or you may be keeping yourself busy in other type of ways or something like that. But it feels like there is an exciting moment that's coming of, and it almost feels like, you know, drop everything and let's get to it. Like something, there's a big shift. There's a big change that's kind of coming with this energy. Okay. As you're releasing. Yeah, we have the Six of Cups here. This is, you know, from the past, releasing here. Again, some sort of programming, something that, you know, it's like holding on to something very tightly, okay? So tightly that it can't breathe. For some of you, it's like a person, okay? Trying to kind of control a situation with a person, or somebody who's trying to do this with you. I really honestly feel like it could, if it's not somebody in particular, it could be like romance itself, right? Like just like, you know, going from searching to whatever, you know, like fuck it, you know, like type of energy. Okay. But yeah, something that you have kind of released some sort of control on is now going to flow effortlessly to you and through you, okay? And I feel like it's taken a lot to release control. I feel like there's been a lot of healing that's been involved with this. But yeah, it is going to feel so good because it is going to feel less forced. Like something is not going to be forced. It's not going to feel forced. It's going to feel more free and, like I said, kind of ebb and flow. And it just, you're releasing some sort of restrictions around it or around something else here, okay? All right. What does the collective need to know about this? Yeah, Judgment, Five of Wands here with the Eight of Pentacles, right? This is something that you've been working hard on, okay? Like, Eight of Pentacles is a lot of really hard work. It's a lot of effort. It, like, physical, manual effort, okay? Like putting, you know, putting in time, putting in effort here, okay? And then we have this Judgment with the Five of Wands. Let's see what this Five of Wands is exactly, but it feels like this internal conflict possibly, or maybe even, we do have the Four of Wands with the Justice at the bottom of the deck with the Nurturer. I like that, right? This is you attracting that ebb and flow with the Nurturer, okay? Not hunting for it, not searching for it. What's this Five of Wands here? Why is the Five of Wands here? Did somebody else bring this energy to the collective, or was this internal conflict? Okay, Four of Pentacles here, okay? This is, I'm picking up, yeah, something's coming to an end. With the Strength. So the Four of Pentacles can talk about lack. It can talk about holding back. It can talk about, again, holding on too tightly, right? Holding on too tightly, exactly. And because of this, right, I feel like the reason is, like I said, it comes from a paradigm. It comes from an old programming in which, you know, you were told that they're, you know, I feel like there's this energy of like, you know, of losing something, right? Like of, they're not being enough, or they're not, you know what I mean? Like there isn't enough. So you need to hold on really tightly to what you have here. Okay. But it's caused some sort of, restrictions in the flow of things. But it also feels like too, right, with this Four of Pentacles here, being in this like little coin purse, right? But then this, on this Strength card, you can see this like jewel with the like the infinity sign on the lion's third eye. It makes me feel like you're releasing separation too, okay, from whatever this is. Knowing that like you're not separate from it, right? Like it's okay to let go because it is a part of you. It is not going anywhere just because it is not something that is like, you know what I mean? Like I just feel like you're releasing this very large fear of losing something, someone, you know what I mean? And this is some sort of internal conflict that I think you've been experiencing, and it comes from some sort of lack wounding. But again, with this Strength card, okay, and the Judgment, I feel like you are releasing this internal conflict here, okay? Yeah. We have this Nine of Pentacles with the Six of Wands here. Exactly. again, it feels like there is an exciting moment, or there is a lot of flow that is coming towards you, some sort of good news with this Page of Wands, right? That's literally that exciting moment that, you know what I mean? Like that, you know, inspiration, sudden inspiration, you know, sudden download, something like that. And it is going to feel very victorious. And I just feel like you're going to be feeling so good here, okay? Yeah. So hold on loosely. Don't let go. You know? Yeah, some of you could have been holding on very tightly because there was this energy of feeling like you needed to protect what it was that was yours, to defend what it was that was yours, because there really was this energy of somebody coming and trying to take what was yours. But I feel like it's like this space too that's, you know, they're coming through and saying that even whoever it was that was trying to take what was, you know, what this is also not even separate from you. And so there is this energy of, you know, that person being a manifestation of some sort of fear, okay? Something that probably is recreated from when you were a child, and you healing from this here, okay? And just, you know, yeah. So there's like this energy of, I just heard something about somebody not holding back anymore. Okay, so that might be something too, especially with that Four of Pentacles. You could have been holding yourself back in some type of way. Okay, I don't see you holding back anymore on whatever this is. Yeah, but you've manifested something here with the Magician. I also just got a lot of like menstrual pain suddenly. That might be significant, just maybe like a synchronicity or something. Okay, so kind of, I want to know more about this. Strength again. Yeah, we have Wheel of Fortune with the Four of Cups, right? There was this, like, it feels like there could have been this, like, time of, like, disappointment, like I said, of, like, you know, you know, maybe nothing new coming through, or kind of things being stagnant or kind of boring, or, like, you know, that type of energy. But again, it feels like kind of this release of it here, okay? For some of you, there is this energy of you letting go in such a way, okay, that almost like, you know, throwing your hands up and it's being returned to you, right? Like you could have thought that this was like exiting, you know, for good, but it's like being returned to you in another form or something. There's something here, okay? Yeah, but there's like a wave of like fresh new energy, fresh new ideas, fresh new inspiration, fresh new motivation, okay? And this, again, it doesn't have to be on anything big. It could be just something, a creative endeavor. It could be anything that you are, you know, again, but it feels like you were holding on to it very tightly. Yeah, and it feels like it may have been like kind of clouded here, right? There was almost like no room for this inspiration or creativity or anything to come through because there was a lot of Nine of Swords energy, right? There was a lot of overthinking or something that was kind of taking up the space, you know? Tell me about this Nine of Swords, please. Yeah, some of you, it really is a relationship, okay? It really is. There's like this energy of like holding on to somebody very tightly, to a point to where maybe they were like started resisting or started like pushing back in a type of way here, okay? For a lot of you, I feel like this is creativity or something like that, but I can't deny that we have the Knight of Cups with the Tower and the Lovers here with the Nine of Swords, okay? Also, too, this could be somebody else who is very much in their head about coming towards you, okay? I think they might be worried that there may be somebody else. I'm not sure here. Yeah, there's some things that are unknown. What's this Moon card? Yeah, it's like somebody's uncertain if you're going to hold back from them here, okay? I know we just totally switched gears, but we did just switch decks, so that makes sense. I feel like this message is basically like something's just got to breathe. You know what I mean? Like something's got to breathe, whether it be a person, a thing, something you're creating, something like that, right? But again, it's like, but I feel like there's purpose to this because there's a reason why you were holding on so tightly, okay? And it could be because there was a lot of energy, you know, that has left in the past. You know? Yeah. This Page of Wands is here again. I'm telling you, there is something exciting, some sort of good news with the Chariot, and I feel like it's coming in quickly, okay? What is this? What is this Page of Wands? I feel like it's some sort of message. Could be from a... There's also an air sign masculine here, okay? King of Swords energy. Also Five of Cups. Interesting. I feel like there's somebody that's, I mean, we pick up on this a lot, but there's somebody that's definitely been lying about what you've been up to or about what you do or something like that here, okay? Yeah, you may hear about this, okay? Okay, let's see. Let's get some final messages about this, because I don't feel like this message really needs a whole lot of detail. It just makes me feel like as soon as you let go of control of something, and you may have already done that, this energy is already kind of here, is when something's going to start flowing back to you here, okay? And there's some sort of good news that's coming, something exciting that's coming with this, okay? So something that may seem like it's over, it's far from over, but it's like there's this energy of holding on to it so tightly that it can't breathe, you know? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. So for some of you, you guys are releasing something completely, okay? Because some of you, you're holding on to something or someone or something because you feel obligated. There is this energy of creating space for, and this is kind of very similar to a personal I did this morning, but there is this energy of creating space for, like, it's like you're no longer going to be like taking action towards the people, places, or things that put you in your head. You know what I mean? And it's just like, yep, I'm done with that. I'm just gonna wait, right? I'm just gonna wait for whatever God has for me. There is a major shift. There's a major surrender that's happening with this here. Yeah, look, we have the Death with the Eight of Pentacles. What I say, that's that really hard, that hard work, right? And I am not telling anyone to stop working on whatever they're working on. But what I'm saying is, if there is something that, you know, that puts you in your head that doesn't feel like it is inspired action, that it feels like you're just, you know, it's the coulda, shoulda, woulda type of energy. I see you kind of ending this, shifting out of this, okay? And it's like opening yourself up to receive what the divine, what I heard, what the divine really has for you here. Okay. So some of you, like, things are going to change very quickly, and you're going to find yourself in like in a completely different situation because, you know, God has a completely different plan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're attracting like it feels like for a lot of you like an offer or some sort of opportunity or some sort of new beginning. Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. Listen, for a lot of you, there's a new path that's opening up, okay? And again, it doesn't have to be all encompassing. It doesn't have to be ginormous. It doesn't have to be, but it feels like it is something that has been feeling restricted or feeling held back or feeling stagnant. There's something new. There's a new path that's kind of opening up in this area in your life. Okay. And it comes with you basically releasing it. It comes with you no longer taking action towards the things that kind of put you in your head simply out of default or out of habit or out of holding on to something very tightly or out of obligation or out of lack or out of whatever. It's like you're moving out of that space. Okay, there's a major death and rebirth here when it comes to your perception on putting the work in, doing the work and the way that looks and things like that. But yeah, there's something that's going to the next level here. Yeah, we have this, the moon with the Ace of Swords, with the Eight of Pentacles, with the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. There's something that's going to the next level. There's something that's changing and shifting here. And I do feel like there is some sort of intuitive inspiration, some sort of divine message, something here. Okay, something that you maybe with the moon being here, maybe you haven't seen it yet. Or maybe it hasn't come through yet, okay? But it does feel like this is something that's been kind of like behind the scenes, right? It's been kind of ruminating, kind of, but it's like you're about to be handed like a brand new, like I want to say path, but it doesn't have to be that large for everyone, right? It doesn't have to be your whole entire life is changing, For some of you it is. For some of you it is that big, but for others of you it is just something small that you're working through at this time. And there is new that's coming, okay? Oof. Somebody needs to eat. Okay, I feel starving. I feel so famished. Somebody needs to eat. Okay, some sort of fruit or vegetable or something. I have not heard from her. Yeah, whatever you need to do, just put, I feel like I'm about to starve. I mean, unless if you're fasting, and then in that case, continue to stay disciplined. But no, Mary, I have not heard from Michelle. I hope that everything is okay for sure. Maybe, I might send her an email. Yeah. To Michelle and everyone in Florida, I hope all is well. Let me... I forgot what I was doing for a second. Sorry. Yeah, even outside of Florida, wherever, you know what I mean? Switch over here, compose, boom. Okay, email sent. Sorry. But, you know, as you know, all of this happens as it should, right? So there's nothing we should, you know, we shouldn't be too worried about it. But anyways, ensure Max Cafe Mocha. That does sound very bad. You're welcome, Crystal. Thank you. Another eclipse next week. Yeah, with the new moon, right? So it makes sense if you're, you know, all these different shifts and changes that are going on. It has been wild. And, you know, people are feeling it very differently. So never compare your journey, your spiritual journey, and how you feel to others, right, on the journey. I don't know. I felt like I needed to say that. Some people are kind of like, we're all literally at different places, right? So there's like nobody's behind, nobody's ahead, nobody's like, we're all right where we need to be. And if you're feeling a certain way, then that's how you're supposed to feel for, you know. So just so you know. Hi, Denise. Yeah, so, yeah, we'll have a second moon for a short amount of time, which is cool. Which, I'll be honest with you, I don't want to say that I feel like we've had a second moon, but does anybody else look up in the middle of the day and the moon is in the middle of the sky? Like, it's the middle of the day and the moon is like, I don't know. Thanks, William. It is so warm and comfy. It's my favorite. Ooh, green beans and ham. That sounds good. Yeah, I agree. I think, yeah, I do. I see it, and it's been like that for like a year now, at least, where it's at least that I've noticed it. You know what I mean? It's like, man. But yeah, everything that's kind of going on, I'll be completely honest with you. I feel like we're watching like a live like we're in a live studio audience of a live sitcom. I'll be completely honest with you. Like, literally, everything. So I just, I just look at things as like, like, oh, that's, lovely. Great entertainment. Thank you, folks. And just carry on. I love that, Christine. Yeah. Yeah. No, it literally feels like it. It literally feels like we are. Exactly, Shelley. Nobody talks about it. Yeah, no sheeple here. And that's the thing is like, when you're able to observe in that type of way, right? Of like, man, I'm literally just watching these people. These are paid actors. This is all, then you don't really take any energy from it or anything like that. And you just carry on with your life. You can carry on with creating your own reality and things like that. And even then, it's kind of humorous, right? Like a big thing right now that, outside of like the Diddy shit and stuff like that, people are like obsessing about like Jaguar Wright and how she is exposing all these people. I feel like that's part of it too. I feel like they were all like, okay, so at this time, Jaguar, this is when you're going to come out stage left. And you're going to expose such and such and such and such. Like, I literally feel like everything is like to like, you know what I mean? Like, even the people that are like exposing these other people, I feel like that's part of the thing, right? Diddy's like, all right, Jaguar, you're going to go out here and you're going to tell them all this shit, right? Like, whether it's true or not. You know what I'm saying? And it's all just to cover it up, right? It's all just to, even still though we say that, right? It's to distract you. It's to keep you from like what's really going on. But even some of the things that are like, that we're being distracted from, or that what's really going on, even that seems like a facade to me. Some of it, not all of it, but ooh, I love that flow. But the thing is like all of our own realities are formed based on our own belief system and our own thoughts. So even these big things like that are, again, like that have been like trained into us, as you release those things and you create your own reality, like I think that people don't grasp the fact that like you like are literally creating your own simulation. And so even the things that we're being distracted from, right? If they're not in your perception, if they're not in your belief system, if they're not in your programming, it can't come into your own reality. You have your own simulation that's playing, right? Like, that's what this feels like. That, you know, it's like that type of energy of being able to like look at things in that way and understand and know that, like, yeah, that is not going to come near my simulation. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Yeah. TV is a downer most times. Anywho's, guys. All right, I'm gonna jump. I've got some things I need to get done. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I'm excited for this good news that's coming towards you. I'm also excited for you to, you know, release whatever this is, to not hold on so tightly, right? Loosen the reins just so that things can flow. Letting go of a little bit of control. You know what I mean? It felt like it did, honestly. I don't know. Mostly what I was feeling though was a very exciting, like, you know, just like a moment where it's just like, I don't know, just exciting news, and exciting feeling, kind of like a sense of direction or something like that. But anyways, I love you guys. I love you, I love you, I love you. I may or may not be back. Who knows? I'm just going to flow with the day. Yes, I'm going to flow with the day. I love you. We'll talk soon.